So today I played Risk of Rain 2 with one other person, just a random viewer, for a little while, but they crashed after a while. But they were never in the call, so it doesn't really matter. They were kind of just there. But I will say, I'm not cutting anything out of this video. If you want background noise, this is perfect for you. I yap about a lot of different things. One of the hottest topics I talked about was at the very end, so I mean, tune in for that, I guess, if you want to really listen to that. But like, this is really good for background noise. I'll tell you that right now. It's really good for background noise. I yap about a lot of different things. I yap to my stream. I yap all the time. It's just a thing I do. If you enjoy that, then please enjoy the video. Yeah, I do hope you can manage to play multiple different games or multiple different characters because I'm turning on the artifact that randomizes whatever character you spawn as. Good luck. Also, am I like super loud? Am I super fucking loud or something or anything? Like, can you hear the game fine? Also, what the fuck is this character? I have not played this character enough. It's good? Okay. Just making sure because I did move my mic closer to my face. I do know what character this is. I just haven't played it in a long fucking time. So I don't remember what anything does. What did that do? Did that heal me? I'm so confused. Also, I really don't like that we're the same character. I wish it was random for us both. I don't like it. Whatever. I've never played multiplayer in this game though, so. Well, is the stream looking good? Is it lagging at all or anything? Because I actually have no idea. Like, I have no idea how this game will do on my stream. So what is this game about? So, the Risk of Rain, well, I don't really know the lore of it. I have no idea the lore of it, but, I mean, you get items, you go through the game, you know, all that. Like, I mean, kill enemies, get money, get items, make it through the game, loop around, beat bosses, you know. It's pretty simple. Like, if you don't overcomplicate it, it's fairly simple. If you know what a roguelike is, then you know what then you know what Risk of Rain is. It's good. Alright, maybe it's just on my screen that my stream's looking slow. I'm sure my graphics quality isn't helping anything, so I'm gonna change something. Can I not die while I'm trying to change my settings, please? You got mom's credit card? Yeah, I saw. That's a really cool equipment. I love that equipment. What the hell just hit me? Excuse me? The fuck just hit me? Whatever. Yeah, I have no idea how to play this character. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Okay, thanks. Yeah. You know, I feel like I'm gonna be really quiet today because this game, I just love listening to this game. Like, this is one of those games where whenever I play it, like on my own, I'm quiet the entire time. Like, all I do is just listen. I just enjoy myself because it's a really relaxing game. At least I find it relaxing. I don't know if everybody does, but I do. And I don't know how multiplayer works, but doesn't it seem surprising to you that you've now returned to watching a Russian man like me? What do you mean by... What? That I've now returned to watching a Russian... What do you mean by watching? I'm not watching you, you're watching me. I mean, it's crazy that people over in Russia know who I am, if that's what you're asking. This entire thing of streaming is, like, kind of insane to me. Like, I don't know, the fact that I'm over here having full-blown conversations with people from completely different countries. It is kind of crazy to me. I think it's time we activate the teleporter. Clear? What do you mean? Sorry, maybe I'm just fucking brain dead, but I don't know what we were talking about. You know, I don't know why I said maybe I'm just brain dead. I am brain dead. That's not exactly something that we have to question. I've always been brain dead. Something tells me that's the fun in it all. Oh, I should probably stay in here. What are you doing getting outside of the zone? Oh, you started this thing. I see. I see. I see. I was wondering why I was having the sound effect of my money draining. It's because it is being drained. Well, not my money, but yours. But I just meet right in the middle, so I'm in the normal teleporter zone, and I'm in this one. By the way, Grum, there's a 3-item thing over there. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but one of the things that you can open all 3 of with your card. So, how do I mark? Over there. Yeah, over there, there's a thing that I want you to open, since you can open all 3 rather than just one. You're so pleased to communicate with me, even if you don't understand something from your speech. Well, I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's so nice being able to talk to just people from all over the world. It is really nice. There's a lot of chess. Do they increase chess spawns for multiplayer? Because I swear there's not normally this many chests around here. They do? I had no idea. I thought you just had to kind of deal with whatever you got. Alright, I think we're ready to move on. By the way, I don't like doing the green portal alt path. I don't prefer to do that. So, I just like looping the basic game. So I guess tell me when you're ready to move on. Or just go to the teleporter, that works too. Communication is great. I kind of hate that the music stops after... I kind of hate that the music stops after you beat the thing. Comms are amazing, so true. Yeah, like, I just wish the music would stay whenever you beat the teleporter. I have not used this character enough. Why do we keep getting DLC characters? Not that I'm upset about it, but I kind of miss the simple characters that I can actually know what I'm doing with. Isn't there a charge attack? How do I charge my attack? Why do I not remember how to charge my swing? I could have sworn that was something I could do. Did you play Hollow Knight? I have played it in the past, yeah. I've beaten all of it, just not on stream. Well, not recently on stream. I did all that before Battle Cats. But I do want to go back through and beat it again. And oh, you gotta press them both at the same time. I gotcha. Didn't they nerf this dude's charge attack as if he needed to be nerfed? I mean, maybe he does a lot of damage still, but I'm pretty sure they did nerf his ass. He's still a pretty cool character though. I just hate having to hit things in the air. Because they're not exactly easy to kill when they're in the air. Yeah, I really do love Hollow Knight. It's probably my second favorite single-player game, is Hollow Knight. So I do love the game, and I want to go back to it. I'll probably do that next week, since this week on Bloons Tower Defense 6, on BTD 6, there's going to be a new Monkey Tower. So I want to... And that's coming out literally tomorrow. So on Thursday, when I do my second non-Battle Cat stream of the week, I will go through and try to be, you know, one of... I want to be early, you know? I want to be the early bird whenever it comes to that. Oh, there's 2 Void Seeds. How did I not realize that? That should have been so obvious to me. But yeah. I do want to experiment with the Monkey Tower before I see anybody else do it. Probably should have given you the light sight cell since you have the card for your equipment, but whatever. This attack is so weird. I will show my face for 1,000,000 channel points, but that's gonna take a long-ass while to get. Why am I still... How do I cancel that? Okay, all I gotta do is click. I'm a dumbass. There's, like, no mobility on this guy. This game has one of my favorite soundtracks of all video games. Like, it just has such a good soundtrack throughout the entire game. And it's so relaxing. Like, it's one of the few games I can relax while playing. You'll save up? That'll take you a long-ass time to save up for. But cool. By the time you get 1,000,000, I may not care about doing a face reveal. So I'll just do it. Without a second word. I don't know why I said second word. Without a word, I'll just... Whatever. It's gonna take a while. Especially since predictions are kind of something that I don't really do very often. There's 2 multi-chops? Yeah, I wasted them. You're welcome. Just go to the teleporter. Oh wait, are there more up there? Because I know I wasted 2 of them just because I didn't want to have to wait for you to go over there. Oh, there is another terminal. Huh. Yeah, there were a lot of those. I just don't like taking too much time on each stage. Like, I don't really min-max. Especially as a slow-ass character like this guy. He has no mobility. Like, I value time in this game more than, like, items, because if you min-max each stage and take, like, 10 minutes per stage, you're wasting your time. Because what'll happen is the difficulty will keep ramping up. So, the last thing you really want to do is take too long, so, therefore, you know. Even if it takes a long time, you'll try. I mean, yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here and being willing to stay in my streams long enough for that. Like, you know, you don't really think about it, but the fact that there's people that spend hours of their time watching me and talking to me is actually fucking crazy. Because, like, y'all ain't even from the same realm of the world that I'm from. I'm over here in the US. Meanwhile, there's people from Russia, there's people from Asia, there's people from all over the fucking world talking to me. It's actually crazy if you actually think about it. By the way, I want to talk about a YouTube comment I got on my Battle Cats waifu tier list. I got a comment saying the rent must be high this month or something like that. And like it's the reason why it's funny to me is because I know that I don't get paid jack shit. Like if I wanted to get money from things, I would, I would make longer form content because watch time matters. I would make videos every day no matter like how bad it is and all that stuff. You got gas ignition tank? That's a really good item. And yeah, Grum, there is you. I don't really know how you're different than what I said, but yeah. Good luck, bro. You'll probably go have a nice stream for everyone. Thank you, Hiko. I'll see you later, man. Oh, you're from the US. I had no idea. Clearly I don't exactly ask, because all honesty, I don't exactly care. Like, I mean, I'm just not gonna be one of the people that's like, oh, like, what country you from? Like, I'm not gonna treat you any differently depending on what country you're from, so I don't really care to ask. Like, it's cool to know, but it's not something that really matters. I'll treat you the same no matter what. Does this work? Kind of. Well, we finally got something that's not a DLC character. Is that another member card? Yes, sir. I'm gonna grab that whenever I have the money for it. I'm a little broke right now. I just think it's funny that people actually think I earn, like, enough to even pay rent just from doing YouTube videos. I don't know if people actually think that or if it was a joke or whatever, but I just think it's funny that they commented that. Oh, the rent must be high, I mean, I think they're a bitch if they're genuinely saying that, but if they're saying it as a joke, I mean, it's kind of funny. Dude, I can go ahead and tell you right now, YouTube does not pay enough for any sort of rent here in the US. Imagine not having Ballista. Imagine shutting the fuck up. Isn't $1 for 1,000 views anyways? I mean, that's about right, I think. But, like, that's not a lot. Like, if you look at my videos, like, they average probably 1 to 2,000 views. So each video is making $1 by that logic, for the most part. So, like, I mean, yeah, that is average, and that is, like, just, like, that sometimes that's right, sometimes it's not, but still, like, I think people overestimate how much YouTubers, especially small ones like me, make. So, like, big-time YouTubers, yeah, they make plenty, but, like, somebody that just started has just a little more than 1,000 subscribers, I don't exactly make much. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how much YouTube would, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you how much I earn. But I can guarantee you this, it's not a lot. Also, Ridgewind, welcome to the stream. I had no idea you were here. We talk about finances and you're all of a sudden here. Money runs the world, unfortunately. You sound like Mr. Krabs. I like how I'm barely even, like, I'm going so slow and I'm barely actually getting it feels like I'm barely getting any items, but I still have a lot of items considering this is only stage 3. Like, multiplayer increases the item count by a lot, apparently. I had no idea. Especially since this is only just with 2 people. Like, feels kind of crazy how many items there are here. I'm $1 short from this. Fuck off. Son of a bitch. Greater Whisper. Oh, hey, look, I got an ignition tank. I don't have anything to use. Oh, wait, no, I have gasoline. Yeah, that's really good. 2 watch multi-shot. Just don't get too hurt, because otherwise the watches will all disappear, all at once. I kind of wish watches could only disappear one at a time rather than all at once, but it's the way it is. To be fair, watches get really busted. Like, they just flat out boost your damage, which is crazy. Okay, leave some fucking... I know I said I have plenty of items, but you're getting a way more than I am. Well, maybe not way more. You know what? I think maybe we have about the same amount of items. Never mind. Keep doing what you're doing. Are there any more items for us to get here? Oh, I guess it's this. I didn't realize I could look at your items, but I can. Oh, you don't even have any red items, huh? I have the 57 leaf clover. So if there's anything RNG based, give me that shit. So like happiest mask, definitely if you see a happiest mask, give it to me. That bitch is way up in the sky. What the hell? I cannot reach that. Okay, there we go. This feels like a rough boss to have on this map, not gonna lie. Especially as Huntress. As Huntress alone, this fucking Xi construct seems rough as hell to actually kill. Is what the fuck you mean I'm supposed to be able to reach this bitch? Thanks for not targeting me, bruh. Wow, take the... Nah. I was about to make a joke about taking the boss on, but I took the first one, to be fair, so... Is that one good, though? Is Defense Nucleus even actually good? Like, that's just the one that spawns little mini guys, right? It's not really that big of a deal. It's bad? Oh, it's actually, like, bad? I thought it was, like... No, you know what? You say it's bad, but it works really well with specifically... what's the probe boss item? Whatever that boss item is, it's really good with that because those probes are better the more allies you have. Don't die by trying to talk to me. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next thing. Sorry, my mom's texting me. I am back. Oh, wait, this is hype. This is a hype boss item transfer to get. Oh, wait, we're railgun. Let's go. The first item was Quail or Boss. I know. And I took the Titanic Neural, which was definitely worth it, because the... Yeah, Molten Perforator is really good. And that's RNG based, right? So my 57 leaf clover is going to work really well with that. Yep. That's a really good boss item from what I know at least. This is also a really good character for critical hits. So if you get the red item that doubles your critical hit damage, pretty fucking good. I really like the railgunner. The railgunner is really cool, and he seems really good. Like, he works well with a lot of different items. And then he also has a homing rapid fire, which is really good. Well, I'd say really good. It's about as good. I don't know. I don't know what it's about as good as, but having any form of homing weapon is always fine. Aren't you a railgunner too? What the hell are you doing? Are you a mercenary? I thought we were the same character. Wait, I thought we were forced to be the same character. Why are you a different character? Are we not forced to be the same character? We just randomly got the same one multiple times in a row? Oh, and is railgunner a she? Did I do something wrong with genders? I don't know characters' genders in this game. I'm not exactly a professional at that kind of thing. That would be funny. Yeah. Oh, one of my favorite things to do as railgunner is the fucking the impulse thing. The thing that like launches you. I like using that like two in a row to launch you. Since whenever you use the second one, like whenever you use them back to back, the first one explodes immediately because they can't like you can't have two down at the same time. So whenever you use the second one, it doesn't overlap. Instead, it just completely replaces, and the first one implodes. So you can use it for like a little bit of midair tech, like just to launch you midair. Oh wait, I got a sales star. Do not open the expensive chest if you already found it. Do not. I got a sales star, so don't open it. I gotta get better at upfront quickscoping. What did I fucking say? I said I had a sale star, aka if I was the one to open that chest, I would have gotten 2 red items. Did you not hear me? Did you not fucking hear me? You were in ads? Oh my god. I guess I can't blame you, except I can because you can just sub, you know, like hashtag ad. I'm kidding. That's annoying though. Those were some poorly timed ads. Where's the teleporter at? Oh, over there. Okay. 2 red items and red is bad. If you open it, you're gonna die. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, logic is logic, I guess. Also, Rain, it's been a long time. How's it been, man? Why is my mom still texting me? Always reply to your parents, kids. Hey, don't kill me. I'm trying to text my mom. Why are you punishing me for actually caring about my family, huh, game? Huh? Ah, shit.
Something that I also find really cool about Railgunner is that you have a piercing shot. I keep forgetting that R is like there's no such thing as reloading in this game. I played too much fucking Marvel Rivals. So there's no reloading, and so whenever I press R, I accidentally activate a thing. You don't need to text your mom, use your nose to write. So true. Also, it's been good. That's good. That is good. I'm gonna do something real quick. Maybe. If the game doesn't punish me for trying to do something. I'm trying to post that I uploaded a video on YouTube, but in Discord. What the? Why am I moving so weirdly? What the hell was that? Alright, now I'll actually do what I wanted to do. Because everything should be dead and kind of... Okay, well, everything... I thought everything would stop spawning, but the fucking guys that fire into the... How many of those guys are there? Jesus Christ, there's like a full-on artillery of them just fucking shooting through the sky. It's kind of crazy. If only I could pause the game. What the? Why are there view bots? I hate how view bots can just always somehow find their way around, like, blocked words and blocked terms. Alright, Barry, what's your opinion on the new DLC? The one that's coming out for Risk of Rain? I think, the game is already really power crept simply by the newer DLCs, so the newest DLC, I imagine, will be similar. Either it'll be similar, or it'll completely ruin the fact that this game can be really chill if you play, like, relaxing. Kind of like the Void DLC, where, like, it included, like, newer monsters that were, like, really strong. I don't know how it'll be, but, I mean, I do think it'll be cool. I mean, I have faith that it'll be cool, but at this point, I feel like I would kind of just rather a new Risk of Rain. Like, a third game, or like some... I don't know. I feel like this game is almost getting too much love, and so it's... I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the game has gotten way too much... Like, this specific one has gotten so much attention and stuff that I don't know. I feel like I'd kind of just rather a new game at this point. But the comments is shorter than usual? Yeah. Like 3? I mean, with the new one, yeah, that'll be 3. Why the hell is my mom's talking about with school coming back up? Bro, it's not even July and you're already prepping for school coming back up? Like, come on, Mom. Be chill for a month. Like, Jesus. Telling me I need deodorant. Fuck off. Not really because I love you, but god damn, why are you already bringing up school coming back? It's so soon. Care about your family? We gonna kill... What the... Rain, you gotta... I know it's been a while, but damn, you know? Chill, bud. Chill out a little bit, you know? I know you hate it, but it's a must. She acts like I stink all the fucking time. Come on, let's go peak game. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. As me, girl. Welcome to the stream, by the way. This is a really good game, though. Peak game. One of the best roguelikes, in my opinion. I don't think I put it above The Binding of Isaac, but it is, you know, really good. Oh, it's you. Okay. That's why I didn't recognize your name. Is it raining riskily or the second time? For the second time, yeah. What do you mean? Wait, for the second... Oh, because it's the second game. True. Even though this game actually has, like, no rain. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's confusing. You like Isaac more, but you think Risk of Rain 2 is better designed? I think you're underestimating Isaac. Like, this game, like, they're completely different roguelikes because one of them is a 3D roguelike, the other is a dungeon crawler. You know what I mean? Like, there's a very big difference in the kinds of roguelikes that they are. And for what they are, they're both amazingly designed. But Risk of Rain 2, it's designed in a way where you don't really know what's going on. Like there's like it's just a bunch of stat upgrades for the most part, but I really like the fact that the Binding of Isaac emphasizes things like tier effects. I really like tier effects. I really like synergies between items. I really like that there's special synergies. Like that you wouldn't like there's synergies between items that don't necessarily that wouldn't actually be like the case if you just stacked them, you know what I mean? So Isaac isn't dungeon crawler? The fuck it isn't. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. I like. What's the difference between an Isaac and a normal dungeon crawler? Isaac is better than Risk of Rain 2. I think it has more content. I don't know about better. I mean, they're both really good games. It's 100% a dungeon crawler. It's literally based off the OG Zelda. Yeah, that's what I thought. It is 100% a dungeon crawler. Gun? What do you mean by gun? Oh, do you have the thing that gives you a free boss item? Is that what you mean by gun? Oh, is that what you marked? Okay, cool. I'll get in a sec. I wanna... Money. Killing things with this character kind of sucks, because, I mean, you really just gotta rapid fire for a little while before things actually die. Especially with my loadout of items. Trophy is so strong. It is. It is really strong, but I think executive card is like... I would rather hold on to an executive card than hold on to that, because it's a one-time use. So, like, I'll use it on the same stage, but I won't hold on to it over an executive card. Like, I want the executive card at the end of the at the end of the transporter event. Only behind X card and recycler. Okay, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, hey, you got Rex. Rex, like, the hardest character in the game to unlock. And yet, like, one of the best characters in the game. I hated unlocking Rex. I hated it. Like, that bitch was way too difficult to unlock. I go down to half HP so easily. You have it? Okay, cool. Unfortunately, the boss of the transporter event wasn't exactly a boss, so we don't actually get to use it for this. So unless we somehow get an actual boss to spawn, I don't think you're gonna be able to use it on the stage, so you might just save it. Oh my god, I'm dying. What am I dying to? Burn effect, I think, maybe? I don't have enough effects. With 57 leaf clover, I would absolutely love to have things like, I don't know, things. Something that has, like, some sort of effect whenever you land it. Oh, there's some void items that have really good synergies with the clover. Like the void version of the glasses, there's... I think Tenabobble has one, right? Like, there's a lot of void items that benefit from it. On the other news, your family has changed plans, so you all got new free phones. So you've now obtained your first ever Apple device. Let's go, Apple. What do you think? What do you think of it? Do you like Apple more or less than Android, or whatever you had before? You got VRIT? What do you mean? What's that? Transferring right now, so you haven't used it? Oh, okay. Feels like a little tiny phone. Wouldn't you rather a smaller phone? So it's easier to carry? Especially for girls. Girls don't really have big pockets. Oh, Void Crit. Yeah. That would work much better on me, but that's fine. Oh, wait, you mean you got it as in you found it. How the fuck do I get up there? Jesus Christ, I hate this character sometimes. Only sometimes. It's just androids are behemoths, I'm realizing. They are very big. And Apple used to be kind of the same way, where they were always really big. But yeah. You should have given me that Will-O-the-Wisp, since I don't have Will-O-the-Wisp yet. But I do have the ignition tank. But it's alright. Fucking equipment. You have Willow? I do? Where? Oh, wait, I do. Never mind. I'm dumb. It's so hard to know what items you do and don't have. I mean, Isaac's the same way, where it's hard to know what items you have, but... whatever. It's just hard to know what items you have, no matter what. Yeah. Oh my god, what is this character's movement in the air? You cannot turn in the air as this character. Isaac, it's easier because each item is so unique and direct. I think that's why. I mean, I feel like Isaac's easier because it's actually not easier. Never mind, it's not easier than Risk of Rain 2. I don't think so. I think Isaac's harder because it relies so much more on RNG. Meanwhile, Risk of Rain 2 relies more on skill. Because like the scaling with the game in Risk of Rain 2 is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hard, but it also you scale with it. It's not like, sorry, I keep pressing R. I think I need to reload. I got Railgunner again, by the way. But it's not like, okay, this game has levels, right? You have levels. So you can get your damage and HP up without external items. But with the Binding of Isaac, you don't have that. You rely entirely on the items you get outside of, you. And, like, even if it's a consumable item, like, it's only temporary, so it doesn't help you permanently, like the levels in this game do. So that's why I think Isaac is harder. Especially if you're, like, actually trying to beat everything. It relies way more on the items you get. I mean, this could just be my opinion. This is my opinion. But, I should have... I need to keep in mind that I do, in fact, have... I need to keep in mind that I do have Sailstar, so I need to just wait to open a chest until I, see a good one. Isaac has this really weird floor where, like, at a certain point you learn the game enough where it's very, very rare to lose a run. No. Because Isaac also has characters that are meant to be harder to play than other characters. So no matter what, there's always, like... it depends on the character, right? Like, if you're playing as Isaac, like the main Isaac character, then sure, the game's pretty easy because you get free rerolls, you get that from the start of the game, you're a pretty average character, you're normal, you can avoid bad items and just reroll. But, as somebody that's played a lot of Isaac, I feel like something that's underestimated is the randomness of the rooms. The rooms can really just screw you over sometimes. Like, just overall, the rooms can just, like, decide to hit you at times, and, like, there's RNG, and, like, it does, like, room randomness makes it easier to, do that. And with Risk of Rain, you get punished less for getting hit. If anything, you benefit from getting hit, because Razor Wire is a fairly common item. Meanwhile, the Binding of Isaac, you're not going to get the same item over and over again. So whatever item you get, you're probably not going to get it again. Depending on the item, of course. Like, there are a few Isaac items that do reappear. But for the most part, that's not going to happen. And so, you can't really rely on finding any one item in the Binding of Isaac. Meanwhile, in Risk of Rain 2, you're much more likely to be able to rely on that. Like, I find myself pretty like maybe not on Monsoon in this game, just because Monsoon requires you to be like skillful at the game, at least for the first couple of floors. But with Isaac, most of the time, especially like if you get a terrible first floor or whatever, which is very likely, surprisingly. Like, if you get a terrible first or second floor, or if you fuck up getting your devil deal on the second floor, then that'll kind of cause it to be really fucking difficult. Like, especially if you don't get any stat increases or, like, really good, tier effects. Like, tier effects are something that really go under everybody's radar, but they help a lot, to, like, speed things up. Because, like, damage and tier rate can only do so much. Meanwhile, tier effects can help you stun enemies. They can, you know, do extra damage. They can, they can do all that kind of stuff that just normal stats can't do. And so it's kind of like the Binding of Isaac relies on you getting a combination of items rather than just a lot of, like, just a lot of items, you know what I mean? And then Isaac also has curses. Isaac has, RNG and bosses, because like in Risk of Rain 2, none of the bosses are really all that difficult. Meanwhile, in Isaac, there's actually quite a few difficult bosses. Bombino being one of them. But like, I will never justify saying that Isaac is easier than Risk of Rain 2. Mainly because if you're a normal... No, I didn't want to pick that up. Okay, well, shit, I have Bottled Chaos now. I need a scrap. You forgot to follow? Oh, that's fine. Thanks for the follow. I'm dropping that, though. But yeah, I will never justify saying that Isaac is easier than Risk of Rain. Because if you're trying to... Like, if you compare getting all unlocks in Risk of Rain 2 to getting all unlocks in The Binding of Isaac, then The Binding of Isaac is, 100%. You got eggs out of the game? Well, I guess I'll have to continue this run without you. Because I'm not restarting this run. This is a good run, and I mean, I just want to do one long run this stream. I don't really want to restart. Especially not now. But yeah, like, notice how I'm barely even trying in this game. Like, I'm on medium mode. It's not like I'm on the easiest difficulty. Like, medium mode is just like, I mean, it's not that hard. This game's just not that hard. Especially at this point. Like, I feel like the scaling of which getting overpowered is also something to consider, and it's so much easier to get overpowered in this game than it is to get overpowered in The Binding of Isaac. Also, that really is unfortunate. I feel bad that you got kicked, because this was... I think that's just a multiplayer thing, though. Like, Risk of Rain 2 in multiplayer, it just doesn't run well. It really does not run well, which is kind of why I want another Risk of Rain game, just because I want them to fine-tune it. And then I also want, like, new maps, like, better visuals, maybe, like, I don't know, like, update the game so that it's a little better made for things such as the Xbox, like, the newest Xbox, the newest PlayStation, the newest Switch. Like, make it better for those kinds of things, rather than just updating an old game that's kind of, like, at this point, it's already got a lot. It doesn't need more. This game's already perfect as is. You don't need to add more. It was perfect without any DLC. With DLC, it just got really power-crept. Pretty common to get kicked? Yeah, that's a multiplayer thing, unfortunately. I have played this game multiplayer, like, once before. And so if it's just going to keep happening on stage 6 or whatever, that's not something I want... Where the fuck is the teleporter? That's just not something I want to deal with, though. So is there a way for me to kick you from the party so that you're not just standing there menacingly? Probably not. I'm surprised you haven't died. I guess things don't really come up here, though. You found a Polyute, and didn't pick it up? I picked it up. You marked it. I picked it up. I don't really like Polyute over guitar or ukulele, though. Because what the ukulele does is it gives you the ability to have a chain damage, rather than just lightning to give you more damage on the same thing. And that kind of chaining damage can be really fucking nice. It can be really nice. It's not always, like, the most useful, especially since the damage isn't 100%. I may die. Get me the fuck out of there. Stop! Stop it with your fucking beam, dude. That's fucking crazy, the range on that bitch. Fucking insane. Bruh. Oh, this is funny. By the way, I should probably read some of these messages that I skipped over. You said on your third save a bit ago because you wanted to start fresh, and it's felt weirdly easy. Okay, starting from the beginning on, the Binding of Isaac is something completely fucking different. I'm just gonna quit the menu. I'm gonna play solo. I'm gonna play single player so that I can just relax without having to think about that kind of thing. And I'm also just gonna not have this. I'm just gonna relax a little bit. But the thing about the Binding of Isaac is that its early game is easy because it's designed around benefiting new players. But like if you play hard mode, if you play the tainted characters, like the tainted characters for the most part are pretty difficult, and even some of the base characters are pretty difficult. Like, I'd say it's about 50-50 on the characters, whether or not they're easy characters or hard characters. And there's some average characters as well. Most of them are actually pretty average. But they all have balancing factors that cause them to have that thing that, makes them not super powerful, but they are different, you know what I mean? And the Binding of Isaac, it's something that, it's not necessarily a skill thing, it's a knowledge thing. It's one of the games where knowledge is power. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing, and that's that. Like, it's not necessarily a game that you have to be really good at. Like, knowing how to use sack rooms, having external items on, having, like, all of that kind of stuff, that all benefits you if you're, like, if you're playing the game. So, knowledge is power in that game. Meanwhile, in Risk of Rain 2, it's a little less reliant on knowledge, but it is a little more reliant on, like, being able to aim and stuff. But even then, most of the characters don't really need you to have good aim. And also the abilities are sometimes really fucking powerful. Also, I forgot I changed that. You're gonna go AFK for a bit? Alright. Sorry your game crashed. Or sorry it kicked you. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. But with Isaac, I genuinely don't believe Isaac to be easier than Risk of Rain 2. As somebody that has played both of them plenty, I find myself so much more success in Risk of Rain 2 than I do in Isaac. Like, I lose a lot of runs in Isaac, I struggle a lot more in Isaac, I get stressed out, I have to worry about my HP a lot more. Like, you did just see me die, to be fair. You did just see me die in this game, and like, I never said this game was easy. I'm just saying the Binding of Isaac is harder. You guys holding tab caused you to leave? Huh, that's weird. Like, I genuinely think of Risk of Rain 3 having a similar roguelike function to this game, but like being more finely tuned, and like you can even do a Risk of Rain 2 remake for all I care. I think they should work on a new game rather than continuing this one. Because like you're not going to want to redo the entire game from scratch and still call it the same game. Like, you're not going to call it an update if you redo the entire game. So you might as well just make a new game. You're crashing out right now? Why? Because I'm saying that the Binding of Isaac is harder than Risk of Rain? Is that why you're crashing out? This person you talk to is trying to convince you Air is a strong generalist and that he's better at being an LD? Urz and Urun don't have LD. Is that why you're crashing out? But, I mean, I will say Air is better than Mina whenever it comes to LD damage. Like, whenever it comes to LDers, Air is above Mina. Even true form Mina. So, I don't know what we're talking about. Like, are we really calling Urz and Urun LD? Clearly you misunderstand LD. No, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. LD means that there's a blind spot. And that it has an extending range. Standing range has nothing to do with LD. The only thing standing range has to do with is how far away a unit stands from the enemy. Alright? So, with LD, It means that there's a blind spot and that you hit farther than your standing range. That is what LD is. Because Courier having LD would not, like Courier having LD, by your logic, would mean that he has more range than things like Paris. That's not how that works. Have logic whenever you think about these things, alright? LD means that there's a blind spot and that you have a piercing range. That's what LD in Battle Cats means. Because as just a long distance unit, Air is probably worse than Urun. Why? Because, well, Urun's an actual backliner. So, it's kind of an unfair comparison, considering one actually has piercing range and the other has actual good standing range. I wonder if multiplayer also makes the game more difficult. Because I wouldn't doubt it with how fast I died on that last thing. Like, in that last run, I died really quickly as soon as the other person disconnected. Like, I mean, the first boss, like, I think teleport events probably increase the amount of bosses. And it might also like, I'm still on medium difficulty. So it doubles enemy spawn rate. That's what I thought. Yeah, so multiplayer definitely makes the game harder. So as soon as it became, like, me dying that quickly wasn't because of the game difficulty, it was because multiplayer difficulty on single player. Kind of like Cuphead, where if you're playing with multiplayer but the other person doesn't know how to play the game, it's actually much harder on the person that actually does know how to play the game. That makes sense, I guess. It's still less confusing than Monster Legends. What's confusing about Monster Legends? It's basically just a Dragon City clone, except I'm pretty sure Monster Legends was first. So what's so complicated about Monster Legends? I need some sort of healing item, because I have a red item that benefits from healing, and, well, I don't exactly heal. I don't know if the palm thrust is ideal, because I think I'd rather have the thing that gives me a second life. I think that's what I would rather. Cuphead divides the damage between the players. What? No. As somebody that's played Cuphead, just no. What the fuck? Okay, well, I just got fucking yeeted. I don't know what the hell you mean by divides the damage between the players. Does it not just increase the enemy's HP? They have 30 different damage over time effects and control effects. Is that including Void? Because if that includes Void, then you won't be able to have both at the same time. Therefore, it's not really something to consider. You play the game like semi-seriously, it's so confusing. Oh, you mean Monster Legends. I'm a dumbass. I don't know how the fuck Monster Legends works. Like, I don't know the battle system. I wonder how many DOT effects Risk of Rain has. Oh, thanks for the follow, Marine Boo. Thank you, thank you. How's it going? The normal shot does 20 damage if you are in multiplayer, you do 10 damage? Wait, so it straight up lowers your damage if you're in multiplayer? I thought it would just increase the boss's HP since it increases the boss's, like, attack speed. That's what I figured. I need to change the palm thrust. Good channel? Thanks. Good viewer. Thumbs up, smile. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Cuphead. I like Cuphead enough to know that either way, it takes longer to kill bosses in multiplayer. Unless, like, both Cuphead players are just absolutely fucking insane. Yeah, Monster Legends, like, the battle system, I've never, like, I don't know. I don't play mobile games that often, so I don't really know much about Monster Legends. Like, I've tried it before, but I didn't really play it much. At least not enough to really know how the battle system worked. Battle system that I do understand is Pokemon. I love Pokemon. If I had a capture card, I would absolutely stream it. But I don't, so I can't exactly stream Pokemon unless it's like not actual Pokemon. I could do Infinite Fusion. Do you guys know what Pokemon Infinite Fusion is? That is something I have on my computer, and it's something I could play. Now that would be like a cool series to kind of do. You love playing Pokemon Showdown? Pokemon Showdown is very good as well. I'm probably never gonna stream it, and I used to play it, but I don't really play it anymore. I'm rusty as fuck when it comes to Pokemon battling. Like I haven't played enough Pokemon recently for that, and I also don't know what the metas are. I don't know, but you should stream it. That would be fun. Infinite Fusion or Showdown? Because I mean, both would be fun, yeah. But you know, Infinite Fusion, not Showdown. That's what I thought. Like, Showdown is fun and all, but, I mean, it's just battling. My favorite part about Pokemon is... Like, don't get me wrong, my favorite part of Pokemon is the battling, but battling against other people that are sweaty as fuck, that know what they're actually doing, I'll pass. Like, I'm good at battling, I played competitive, like, back in Sword and Shield, I got to Master Ball tier. AKA, I was, like, I was at least top 2,000. I don't remember if I ever made it top 1,000, but I was, like, top 1,500 or something like that. So, like, I was once really good, but I am probably not nearly as good now since it's been so long. That fucking palm thrust has a lot of range. Mainly looked for the BC stream, but came into good gameplay. Oh wait, are you from YouTube? Sorry, that just the battle. Yeah, sorry. I guess I should make this clear to people over on YouTube. I do 2 non-battle cat streams a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, thanks for coming, Marine Boo. I'm assuming you're from YouTube, since you know I do the battle cats. I'm assuming. You think it's hard to make Showdown content unless you are like as good as Poke Aim or yeah, from YouTube. Watch a lot of streams. Oh, you've watched a lot of streams? That's cool. But yeah, so yeah. Today is just one of those days where I'm not doing Battle Cats. I will be, but yeah, like, it's just Tuesdays and Thursdays where I don't do Battle Cats. But this is a very cool game. I don't judge you for saying it's good gameplay. You're way too consistent. Slow down with the uploads. I mean, I don't want to slow down. I just want to keep uploading. I mean, people enjoy it. As long as people enjoy it, I'll still post it, you know? I know I kind of slowed down on the new account, but that's just because I don't have much to do on there, and it also does worse. Like, my new account does worse than anything else I do, so I figure I might as well just do other things. Like, I mean, I still have the new account. I just don't prioritize it. But yeah, like, I just like uploading. Like, I like providing videos. Like, people just... I mean, it's not like it takes a lot of effort. I just stream it, and then I do very minimal editing. So, I just like posting stuff that people can enjoy. The more the merrier, am I right? I hope I'm right. Hopefully people aren't like, oh my god, he posts too much, I'm not watching all of his stuff. Hopefully that's not a turnoff. I doubt that would be a turnoff. Me personally, like, as somebody that watches way too much YouTube, I actually like longer form content. I like a lot of content. I like consistency, you know? So if you do enjoy it, though, that's good. How is there such a thing as too consistent? Like that, like, imagine going to a job interview and like whenever the employer asks, "What are your weaknesses?" You're like, "Oh, I'm too consistent." Like that just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? That shit don't exist. At least not in my world. Yo, Woodsy, you got denied your first interview for being overqualified as a 16-year-old? Damn. Unfortunate. You're not fucking kidding? I didn't think you were. Why would you joke about that? No, there's a tire. Please tell me I can get a lunar item. I would love to get a lunar item. I do not use tires at all. I call it a tire. I don't know what it actually is, but It just sounds insane. You feel? No, I mean, I bet it happens. I mean, considering job interviewers are like, well, I get that you have your degree, but you kind of need experience for this job. Weaknesses would be being underqualified and defending against an MOS. Honestly, now that Cone exists, I feel like defending against an MOS isn't that bad. Like, because whenever I went through UL on my first playthrough, Cone didn't exist. So like I didn't have the opportunity to get it, but you can probably get it pretty soon. Hey, the creature, welcome to the stream. How's it going? What the hell is that emo? It's a cute emo, that's for sure. But yeah, like that kind of thing is just like I feel like Battlecats is being very power crept very quickly. No doubt in my mind, it's getting power crept very quickly. Way too quickly. Thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, especially with Uro. Like, Uro will also do that. With the whole power, like, relics. I would love some money. This is a broke-ass stage right now. Give me money. Give me money or give me death. God damn it. Call me one of the founding fathers. Prayer beads? What? I would have rather Gore's Tome. Because money, 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 money. Palm thrust. Ah, shit, I missed. Use Gonba, Infernal Tyrant, Neandum, one-shots. Oh, okay. So Emos, again, specifically the Neandum. Oh, hey, Gore's Tome. Yeah, that Emos is a pain in the ass. At that point, just get ID. That's all I can really say. Just get ID. Edie, whatever you pronounce it as. Just get it. Can the palm thrust reach all the way over there? Nah, it doesn't have that much range, unfortunate. Kenshin's Ultra is underrated? Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's just because people underrate the hell out of Kenshin herself. Like, not necessarily that her Ultra form is underrated, it's that just the unit herself is underrated. I think that's what it is. We're on Drizzle now? Well, it's just because I want to relax. Like, whenever I play Risk of Rain, I want to relax. And, medium kind of... I got fucking launched into the air by a... Like, I don't even know how I died to the Beetle Queen. Like, I think that's something about this game is that a lot of the times whenever I die, it's just utter bullshit. Like, not even game difficulty. It's not like game difficulty. It is just straight up bullshit. 90% of the time whenever I die in this game, it is general bullshit. Yeah, Vulture from Kenshin, you're tempted to try Neandum. Kenshin's not gonna do much work for you there, because what you don't want to do, I mean, I guess it could work. Like, if you, like, knock back the Emost into the point to where Kenshin is safely just constantly knocking back the Emost while the Neandum is, like, right there. But, like, I feel like that's a very hard position to get into. Especially, like, without getting hit by the Neandum on Kenshin. So I feel like you're just really better off using ID and Doron. Just combine them to kill the Emost. Or you can just not do the stage, because that stage fucking sucks and does not give you that good of a unit. It's Kinjiru. You have better meat shields for both the traits that bitch targets, so... This shit one-shot protection, not 12-shot protection. True. Literally because of Cosmo, you feel like the other Ultras feel underrated except for Air. Screw Air. Air's not bad. Air's true form getting 400 standing range with that big of an LD gives Air the same, almost, I think it's actually a better LD range than Ganesha, who already has a really fucking good LD range. Only thing Air lacks is damage, but like, with 400 standing range, I mean, that's just a good general LDer. Like, Air can easily wipe out Backliner on its own. In the same situations that Ganesha would, at least. And then also there's the fact that I don't know, air is one of the best anti-aliens in the game, just because like if you bring air, especially the Ultra form, into literally any alien related stage, the aliens just get pretty much permanently knocked back, and it's just they just aren't a threat at that point. They really just are not a threat, thanks to air. And with air being a specialist, that's all that really matters is, you know, the fact that air does its job against aliens. And Cosmo making every other Ultra form underrated, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's more so that he changes your priorities from any other Ultra form. Like everybody prioritizes Cosmo over other Ultra forms. Like they know that the other Ultra forms are good, but I think maybe like they just don't get them because well, Ultra forms aren't exactly easy to get. But Cosmo, you know, is like one of the best units in the game, so obviously he's going to be the one you want to get. You know what I mean? That's just, I think that's how most people think about it. Got Vita yet, but you're close to Nala. Not even gonna lie, you got double Phonos and Dazzly. Well, double Phonos and Dazzly aren't gonna help you against Neandum, so I recommend just not doing Infernal Tyrant. Not gonna lie. Cosmo is going to be your second Ultra form. Who was your first? I'm just never going to Ultra form Cosmo. There's the second I get Cosmo's Ultra form, I'm just going to start using him like in way too many stages. And at that point, like, why? You know, like I don't need to be using him in every stage. That's like not only is it unnecessary, but it's also like I don't know, it's just like not that good. Like don't get me wrong, he's a good unit, but I don't think he's a specialist, right? So I wouldn't want to use him in general loadouts. Like I would use him less than a vast majority of people that, you know, glaze the hell out of him. So, like, what would end up happening is I would end up just not using him because his targeting traits, aliens and floating, aren't actually all that great. So, like, float. Don't get me wrong, floating is a good targeting, but for somebody with a 10-second force swing, I think I'd rather just use Copper Mine, or I'd rather use Hanzo, or somebody. You know, like, oh, I should not have picked that up. That was a mistake. But you know what I mean, right? Like, Cosmo's just not going to be my first choice. So if I got him, I would never use him. Because he's never going to be my first choice of a unit. Get rid of Dark Photo for the Neandum stage and replace it with Kaoru Hanayama. Hanayama doesn't actually do all that great there. I mean, unless you want to do the biggest stall fest of your life, Hanayama only gets like one hit per, so he's not going to be the only thing you want. Like, he can deal a big chunk of damage, but considering the Neandum itself isn't really a threat, I mean, you're not going to be able to speed kill it before the Moss spawns, so, like, your best bet is to just, like, I don't know, not worry about it, about using Hanayama there. He gets rocked by Neandum, yeah, because I think a lot of people don't realize that Neandum's first hit isn't toxic, it's just a lot of fucking damage. So, like, Hanayama only having 350 range is a very big weakness there. Also, again, I picking up the bloom, picking up the void version of the fucking 57 leaf clover, that's a bad idea, and I can't scrap it. This is bad. Chat, this might be a cooked run. But yeah, Hanayama does suck against Infernal Tyrant. That is a definite. If you kill all the peons, no, not really. He can get a one good hit isn't gonna make a game changer. Like, I mean, one good hit is like, is it even an eighth of his HP? Like, Infernal Tyrant has way too much HP to justify getting one hit per, like, what, every minute and a half from Hanayama. So it's just not worth wasting a slot for him whenever you could literally freeze Infernal Tyrant by using Little Dark Talented. Or, like, you know, if you die on Drizzle, you suck. What do you think I'm not doing? Dying. I'm not dying on Drizzle. And also, if I do, it's probably because I'm not actually focusing on the game. If I wanted to actually be good at the game, I'd be playing Monsoon and I'd be dead quiet. But since I want to talk to chat, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Why does that bitch get so high up? Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, anybody that uses Hanayama against Infernal Tyrant, you're just doing yourself you're not doing yourself any favors. Like he's not doing all that well. Exorcist is your main priority of Neandum, but you need redstones. You're better off just talenting Little Dark. Little Dark does it better. Little Dark's more spammable, quicker, I think, and cheaper. I don't think he's actually quicker. Exorcist is surprisingly fast, but he is cheaper, more spammable, and I think he's overall better at perma freezing. So you're better off just using a little bit of NP on Little Dark. If you have no NP, then I mean, why do you not have any redstones? That's the thing, right? Redstones are one of the easiest stones to get. I don't see how you don't have enough redstones. Your first Ultra Form is Kenshin, and you really don't really want to Ultra Form Baby Cats, Catapult, or Vigler since you don't like using them. Fair enough. So you Ultra Form Cosmo for me. I don't get how you can not like using Baby Cats and Catapult and Vigler and all that, and yet you like using Cosmo. Like, how do you... Like, I mean, I'm just curious. Why do you not like using them? Like, this is genuinely just me being curious. Why do you not like using them? Exorcist... Oh, wait. Y'all need to be a little more talkative. Just saying. Because I keep trying to re-chat and then it's like, oh, I already read that message. Damn. Or be quicker at typing. I'm kidding. I don't actually think you guys need to be quick or anything. Alright, Void Seed. How did I not realize there's a Void Seed? Jesus, I'm an idiot. Your Twitch froze? Damn. Skill issue with Vigler, you don't have true form baby cats yet, so you don't use them, and you have Kai already for floating, and Catapult is way too low, way too slow for how you like to play. The fuck you mean you already have Kai for floating? That is not the strength in baby cats. Baby cats' main strength is not their floating targeting. That's not how that works. And Vigler is, I mean, yeah, he's a skill issue, but if you get his Ultra Form, it's less of a skill issue, because his Force Wing is lowered by a second. And also, I think you're forgetting that Cosmo also targets floating. So, like, oh, I already have Kai for floating. That logic is bad if you're going to True Form Cosmo, who also targets floating. Ultra Form, sorry. Have you tried modding Roar 2? I'm weird, you know? So is Baby Cat. Shut the fuck up. Baby Cat's already really strong as well. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, so I'm not really a modding kind of guy. Like, modding's just not something I prefer to do. Like, I prefer to enjoy a game at its base. Like, I enjoy games more when they're vanilla, for the most part. Like, there are some exceptions, but like I can enjoy a game longer if it's vanilla, but I can still enjoy it temporarily if it's modded. But I'm never going to go out of my way to just, like, you know, only do modded and stuff. Like, here's the thing, right? I feel like you're going to Ultra Form Cosmo and you're going to be really underwhelmed. Because whenever it comes down to it, his only real strength is his range. That's his only real strength, is his range. And so you're going to be really disappointed if you think he just absolutely decimates every stage, because he doesn't. He takes his sweet, sweet fucking time. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back, Bed. You joined at a wonderful time. You joined back at a wonderful time. How'd you apply to take a test required for med school applications? How are you going into med school? Good luck with your 8 years of PhD time. Only cost $70 for an application? I don't know if I would say only about that. Oh, you're not you're paying for the test to apply. Wait, that yeah, I wouldn't exactly say only. I would not exactly say only. I mean, it's not that much cash, but it's not exactly cheap. You know what I mean? The only Road 2 mods you use are Bizarre Rework, you ban lunar items in all your runs, and speed ups for printers and shredders. Uh, I mean, here's the thing, right? If you're going to ban lunar items, just don't go to the Bazaar unless you want to trade for items. Like, if you can trade, what is it like? Is it like 5 gray items for a green or whatever? Like, unless you want that, just don't go to the Bazaar. I don't think it's really necessary. Map picking? Why would you want to pick maps? Like, that's so lame. Why not just let yourself have the random? Like, like if you're not going to use lunar items, just I mean, I already don't use lunar items, but not because I not because they're overpowered or because I want to ban them, but simply because they're not good. Most of them are actually not good. Like, the only ones that are really good are the ones that have a super big downside. And so it's kind of just like, you know, it's not exactly something you would want. You're downloading emotes for Roar 2. It sounds fun. You only use a mod for detail items? Hey, buddy. I mean, I don't see why you need a mod for that. It's not exactly complicated. I understand it for Isaac, but I don't understand it for this game because it's pretty simple from what I know. Eclipse is already hard enough without the randomness. Just don't play Eclipse. If you're complaining about it being too hard, don't play Eclipse. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, I understand that you like... I understand that you like a challenge, but then if you're going to do something because you like the challenge, don't complain that it's too challenging already. Like, that's like not something I understand. It's not complicated, but it gives you a better view of how it scales. I mean, I just do my research. I mean, once you see it once, you don't really need to see it again. Is it bad to be addicted to a game that has Sonic and Baki in it? No. I mean, I'm not addicted to it, but I understand how you could be. I haven't been hard addicted to a game in a while, unless you count Marvel Rivals, but I really don't play it that much. I don't think I do, at least. You're just saying you don't want the randomness in it? Why? I think that makes it more challenging, therefore more fun. Like, I like things being I don't see what difference it makes either. Like, I like seeing the different maps, and I don't like having to force myself to look for a bazaar just in order to do that. You want to go to the field of pediatrics? No, not the foot doctor. That's a podiatrist. Yeah, I know. Mine is a general doctor for kids. No, not like that. They're just easier to deal with sometimes, and you don't need to do prostate exams. I'll pass on prostate whenever I'm older. Just saying. Like, you made me think that, and I'm like, I'll pass. I don't want to. I mean, I know it's probably not, like, a good idea to pass on it, but I don't. As of right now, nowhere in my mind am I like, you know, a prostate exam is a good idea. Nowhere in my mind am I thinking that. Did you hate the luck of being able to access the altar or not? Wait. Oh, you have a mod that pays for the bazaar instantly? Oh, that's so lame. You're making it easier for yourself. Unless time could... You're not legitimately doing Eclipse at that point. Like, that's one of those things where, like, it may not sound like that big of a deal, but you're automatically paying for a bazaar, meaning that you're not exploring the place for one of those newt altars. And sometimes they're just... You straight up won't find it. Because I don't know if there's always one on every moon, but sometimes there's just really hard spawns, and sometimes you just never find it. So, like, I feel like that's one of those things where, like, if you're going to say that you like the challenge, you're ruining the challenge for yourself. Double them and give them to the next gay person they'll happily accept. So true. You just think possibly losing to a luck-based reason is infuriating? Welcome to roguelikes. I don't know if there's a single roguelike game out there, or just video game in general out there, that doesn't have the possibility of dying to something RNG based. Welcome to video gaming. There's always going to be RNG. Get used to it, alright? You can minimize it yourself by playing better. The best way to minimize the deaths you have to RNG is to cover your six, cover your ass, play better. That's the best way to get rid of RNG without ruining the game for yourself. You have the location of all of them memorized anyways, and some just aren't accessible. Exactly, which is part of the RNG that I think is, I wouldn't want to ruin that. I wouldn't want to ruin the RNG. RNG is just part of video games. Yeah, but not on DLCs. That's fair. Risk of Rain 2 is plenty good as is. I don't think the DLCs were necessary for a good game. But Risk of Rain 2 is amazing. How much is this? Risk of Rain 2 is really good though. Do you wipe or let it crust? I wipe. Why the fuck would I let it crust? Excuse me? It's a legitimate question. I wipe. Who just doesn't wipes? Is there anybody out there that just doesn't wipe? That seems like psychotic. That ad timing? Ah, shit, there's an ad. Of course there is. You don't even know the. Oh my god. What if I just don't say the answer now? What if I just don't say the answer? People that use bidets. You should still wipe if you use a bidet. What the fuck? Are you just gonna walk around with your ass being wet? No. Like, you're still going to wipe if you use a bidet. That's crazy. God, I hope you guys get back from the ad scene so that we can actually talk about this. That's fucking crazy talk. You and your friends played it for a while and even said we would get the DLCs. Sadly, we aren't getting them, at least not right now. By the way, my friends and I barely discovered 10% of the base game. That's fair enough. The game's pretty fucking big. I will say, the game is pretty big. Has quite a lot to do. And unlock. But yeah, honestly, the DLCs aren't necessary. I don't think they're necessary in order to enjoy the game. Like, a lot of DLCs add, like, a lot to the game and stuff, but the ones in Risk of Rain, like, they add items, but that's the only thing I really care about. Did I play them? I have them. That's why I can confidently say that they're really not necessary to enjoy the game. Because I have them, and I feel like I enjoyed the game more than enough without. The only difference is the items, really. Also, is everybody back from ads? Ad break? Is it over? Chat? Try to get your friends into many games. War 2, Isaac, Phasmo, etc. Being in a friend group full of people with different tastes in games is hard. Oh yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'm the same way. My two best friends, they much prefer like shooters and stuff. Meanwhile, me, I prefer things like I prefer multiplayer horror. So like Lethal Company, Phasmophobia, Repo. I don't. My friends don't even have Repo because they're console gamers. So like I can't exactly even like play with them. I have it, never played it though because I don't have multiplayer. Okay, so you guys are back. Bedside bed. You there? Are you there? Because I need to clear something up. No, I do not let it crust. What about the characters? Are they worth? The characters are really cool. I will say I play my main, the one I'm playing right now, is a DLC character. Fuck! I wasted my sales star. I'm an idiot. But anyway, yeah, the characters are definitely really cool, but like I said, they're not necessary to enjoy the game. But they are really cool. You know, like that's just typical DLC. Like it doesn't add that much, but what it does add is cool, you know? Fuck to play but don't have friends. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? There's always worse. You could be somebody that just doesn't have friends to play with rather than not having games to play with your friends, you know what I mean? Like, just saying, you have friends. I only have like 2 friends I actually play and talk to with regularly. And no, chat, I do not consider you guys my friends. No offense. What the fuck are the other void things? You love both those genres. You love Valorant, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, and like Label Company is the top three game of all time for me. And you love Phasmo and Dead by Daylight. I enjoy a vast majority of those games that you said, except for like Valorant and Dead by Daylight. I play a majority of those games that you said, and I do love all of them. Like I'm definitely I like a variety of games. Like I like a lot of fucking games. But the my friends just don't like the games that I like as much as I do, aside from the shooters. And I don't even particularly mean like hero shooters such as Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. Like they like Fortnite, they like Fortnite. And then they also play Minecraft a lot. Like they like playing Minecraft Bed Wars. I'm not against it. I like it too, but like they'll choose to play it over other things, which is just crazy to me. For some good mods that don't change the game, use cooler stages and stage aesthetic. That's something I've always tried to avoid in even Lethal Company. I'm not particularly a fan of using mods to add or change like the stages or like the visual like the setting. I'm not really a fan of that because that is the mods kind of changing the game. Like I don't I like and then the mods will just like they'll have super complicated stages and like they're going to be different than what's in the game already. Like I just enjoy base games. I enjoy games with whatever the developers put inside of there. I'm not like I don't need to be overstimulated by like all these different stages, all the different changes and all that. Like I don't really I don't really need it. I don't really want it. So like I'm just I'm never gonna do it. Like I'll have visual changes like for characters. Like for like let's say you change a character on here to look like fucking Shadow the Hedgehog. I'd be fine with that. But it's not something I'm going to really go out of my way to do since, you know, using mods is kind of overcomplicated. You can't just like on this game specifically, you can't just enable and disable them. So I'm not really gonna use them. It's daytime, nighttime. That's cool. I mean, daytime, nighttime is cool, but is it something that's worth going out of my way to open up Thunderwolf in order to open? No. Like, it's not going to be that much of a game changer. Like, not enough for me to want to go out of my way to turn it on, you know what I mean? It might also be a problem to where you can't even really play a lot of newer games with them because, like, not even in your own words, in their words, you're the void of our friend group. You're too fast to learn and get good at. So, what, your friends are just the definition of skill issue and they can't keep up with you? I feel like then, I mean, that's not a true gaming friend group. A true gaming friend group always has the people that are lesser or better. Like, nobody's going to be equal in those friend groups. You're all just going to be at different skill levels, and that's fine. Just, the best kind of friend group is the kind of friend group that can have fun either way. And you think badass emotes is amazing, but what's the point without multiplayer? You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but the games I play most of the time are like single player. So like there's not really any point. They're just people you like talking to no matter what. But is you being too good at games a problem to them? Like I don't see what's going on here. Like I mean just play the same games together. I don't see what the problem is. I spent way too much time on this moon. Or this isn't a moon. Y'all got me thinking about Lethal Company. I spent too much time on this stage. It's also kind of like it's hard to keep up a friend group as well because like my friend group, my quote unquote friend group, like I mean, there's a lot of different people in there, but I don't talk to every single one of them. If anything, I only talk to a couple of them. My best friends are my two best friends, and those are the only two people I actually like play things with and stuff, at least on a regular basis. And so like those are my two best friends. I don't like keeping up with more than that. And so any game that requires four people or whatever, it's like, you know, we'll just do it with three or whatever, you know? Like I'm perfectly fine with three. I don't three's perfect. I don't need more than that. You'd be down to do another Lethal Company stream on the same save? Yeah. I'd be down to as well. I think that maybe next week I'll do Hollow Knight on Tuesday. And then maybe Lethal Company on Thursday. And then starting the next week I can do Infinite Fusions. Maybe. Just to do something different. Or maybe I should do Hollow Knight after Infinite Fusions. I do want to go back to Hollow Knight. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I would keep saying I don't know, but I don't know. Sometimes when you play games, yeah, but you often just play a lot of games. They like Minecraft, strategy games, etc. Since you can still have fun and they are better than me at those, so it does end up being more fun. It just sucks how you can't really play games you really like with people because they just don't like them. Yeah, at that point it's not a skill issue. It's just a matter of, I mean, the fact that like games where you have to be good at them in order to play them, like Marvel Rivals is most fun when playing ranked. Like you can still have fun without playing ranked, but it is definitely by far most fun whenever you are playing ranked. So like it's games like that where it's like if you have to be good at a game in order to have fun, then that's kind of a turn away for people that are more casual players. And I understand that. One of my friends is like terrible at games. Me and my like I'll tell you this. I don't know why I'm trying to keep it a secret. Like what my best friends' names are. Connor and Kamari. Connor is pretty fucking bad at games. Like most games. But he can still manage to have fun even in games that are like hard to play just because like, well, it's with me and Kamari. Because like it's just, you know, it's still fun to play with us. And so like he manages to actually like not need to be good at games in order to enjoy them. But I know that he's probably just, you know, a special like I don't think everybody would be like that. Is what I'm trying to say. Me and Kamari, we're about the same skill level in most games, so like he's not going to be turned away by hard games. It like I just got lucky with my friends. I think like they just like the same stuff as me typically, but at the same time they do like they do like different games more than the games that I like, but they still like the games that I like. You know what I mean? So. I kind of really like the palm toss, not because it's good by any means, but because it's funny. You're doing Gangnam Style in Roar 2? Nice. W game, W mods. By the way, that Void variant of the Clover, it's, you know, it's definitely doing something with my items, that's for sure. I don't know if it's anything good, but it's doing something. It might not be ideal to have it, because eventually I'm just going to have no gray items, which is unpreferred, frankly. Because, well, gray items are fairly fucking important since they're like the main stat boosters. Whatever, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Maybe I'll get lucky with some of the upgrades. I don't know. It's just unfortunate that not all red items are really that great. Like, there are really good ones, but not all of them are amazing. Some of them are even bad, I would say. I've been streaming for 2 hours already? Damn. Maybe I shouldn't do another loop. Okay, you know what? No, I will do another loop. Well, I will go through the loop, but instead of actually playing through another loop, I'll just obliterate myself. Exodia, obliterate! You know, like, I'll just do that to myself. Basically, I'll commit suicide. Except without actually committing suicide, if you know what I mean. Which means I should probably stop taking my time with this shit. Ah, whatever. I'm not finding anything anyways. I already have beads. I already have prayer beads. I just don't have a way to get rid of them. I do not have a way to get rid of my prayer beads. Oh, right. Yeah, I forget that there are other kinds of beads. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're kind of right. I mean, I don't really care about getting that ending. I mean, obliteration is still, you know, an ending. I don't necessarily need to do it in order to not kill myself. Exactly. Ah, fuck that. Fuck this stage. It's too big and I'm too slow. I'm too slow to care. I haven't gotten... Oh, I know why I'm too fucking slow. Because all my fucking movement speed upgrades have been upgraded into other items. Wonderful. I wonder... I really do wonder why I didn't want this clover. I wonder. You used to grind Lunar Scavenger for coins all the time? Cool. You never spent them anyway, so you just stopped. I mean, that's fair. Like, I have 150 Lunar coins. I have no desire to use any of them. I have literally zero desire to use my Luna coins. You have 600 Luna coins? I mean, yeah. Like, it's just the way... You get a lot of them just from playing the fucking game. Just the way the cookie rumbles. You only use it to play Heretic? Oh yeah, there is a secret character, isn't there? That takes a lot of Luna coins though, and it also makes it so that, like, thanks to you, whenever you re-roll the shop, it only re-rolls the current items in the shop. So, like, if you buy an item, it doesn't re-roll into another item. Like, it doesn't refresh the store. It requires you to go to multiple different bazaars just so that you're not using a million Luna coins. It's just to get lucky with a 1x1 grab. So, like, it's kind of just an annoying unlock, but it's also not a permanent character you unlock. So it's... I wish Heretic was a permanent character you could unlock. Like, whenever you fully, like, become Heretic, I wish it would permanently, like, give you the ability to play as the character. I'm assuming Heretic is the character, is the right thing. I wish it was a permanent thing where you could just choose to play him. I don't think it should be something you have to, you know, spend Lunar coins on every time and stuff. Like, I just think that that's stupid. Like, it just makes it so that you have a character in the game that you're never going to play. Because who the fuck wants to do that any more than once? You want to go all the... Wait, no, you don't. You're gonna say you want to play Heretic in Eclipse 9? Yeah, I just don't want to play Eclipse, frankly. Like, I've never played it, but I don't... I mean, I don't... As much as I like difficult games, I like relaxing while I play games more. Like, I like games that can keep me entertained while also being relaxing. And, like, nothing that I have to focus too hard on. Because games that I have to focus too hard on end up, like, I don't know, they stress me the fuck out. And I start sweating my ass off, almost literally. And so it's just, I don't prefer to always play difficult games. Like, I can play them for, like, a little while, just on my own and stuff. I'm fine with that. And especially if I'm on a call with somebody, I can play them for longer. But if I'm just by myself, thinking to myself, me, myself, and I mean, hard games are fun and all, but if they don't have really one big objective, then I don't really care. I'm not going to make myself struggle if there's no clear objective. Like with Elden Ring, I want to beat the game. Therefore, I can play it for hours on end, just because it's a fun game. it's difficult. I like the challenge, all that good stuff. But with Eclipse, there's not, from what I can tell, there's not really a clear objective. So it would kind of just feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm also wasting my fucking sanity at that point. Like, I'll pass on that. All credit, like, I mean, credit goes to you for actually wanting to do that and being willing to do that. I'm just not the same way. I'm not built the same way as you are, clearly. I still like hard games. I don't want all my games to be easy by any means. I still want a little bit of difficulty. But I'm not just going to always play that kind of game. Like, I like Hollow Knight because it has those chill moments. It gives you the added exploration, but it also has challenge mixed into it, but it's not always challenging. It gives you those moments of rest that aren't so difficult, that are really relaxing. The soundtrack is amazing. It gives you time off. You can pause and break and stuff like that. Risk of Rain gives you that. Like, the teleporter events aren't always easy. You still have to pay attention to the game. You can't just sit still because things will start killing you. But if you're playing Eclipse mode, from what I've heard, it's just always gonna be difficult, and that's not something I want to. Like, I want a game. Like, my ideal game has balances. Like, has difficult moments, but is not always difficult. Elden Ring, for example, even though it's like known for being one of the hardest games in the world or whatever the fuck, it does. It is an open world game that gives you time off, that allows for you to explore a little while before before and after you fight bosses. So, like, in the open world, it isn't really that hard. You can just run around, and there's exploration. There's items you can get to make the game easier for yourself, and all. Like, it rewards you for exploration. Like, those are the best kinds of games. Is the ones that give a balance between relaxing and stress, and like hard, like, difficulty. Because, yeah, like Soldier League. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Is that, like, having that balance is what makes a good game for me to play in my free time. Because then I won't get super heated. I won't get super hot. My ass won't get super sweaty just because I'm playing a game. You know what I mean? Like, there will be those downtimes to give me plenty of breaks for, the difficult times and stuff like that. As somebody that has played through all of Elden Ring, has beaten pretty much every boss in the game, I can confidently say I like difficult games. But I'm not. But if the game is too difficult for too long, or is difficult for too long, then it's going to make me lose interest because I have no interest in stressing myself the fuck out for 5 hours. You know what I mean? Like Elden Ring, I played a lot of Elden Ring. It's probably my favorite single player game. And, like, even now, like, if it had some sort of new DLC, if it had some sort of new objective for me to beat, if it had an achievement for, like, doing speedrunning the game or whatever, or like beating the game again, like if I had to beat the game again, for whatever reason, then I would be able to do it, and I would absolutely have no problem doing that because I genuinely have a lot of fun having the difficulty and the chill times in Elden Ring. So, like, I can confidently say the best games are the games that have both. That isn't the best games. Are games that are difficult but are not always difficult. Those are the best games, and that is something I can confidently say, based off of my opinion. So, anyways, chat, how's your day? Have you guys gotten tired of my yapping yet? You agree? Yeah. I mean, I don't expect a lot of people to like. That's not something I'm saying expecting people to disagree with me on it. Like, I mean, yeah, people will probably disagree, but it's not something it's not a hot take, you know? Especially for casual game players, they're not going to want that kind of stress. Like, they'll probably barely even want the game to be difficult, let alone care if it has difficulty and chill parts. I feel like I've been talking for so long. No idea why, but it feels like I've been talking for ages. I mean, it has been 2 hours since I started stream, but that's not exactly like a super long time. A 2 hour stream is about average for me. 2 is average. Don't worry, chat. 2 is average. If anybody tells you differently, just keep in mind 2 is average. Okay, now I'm gonna take a breather. I'm gonna be quiet. Like, I'm not gonna completely stop talking, but I'm gonna try and relax a little bit, you know? Relax with the constant yapping. There's a hidden gem of a BTD game called Bloons Adventure Time. I've seen it, but I've never played it, and I've never had any interest to play it because I like newer games rather than older ones. Call me crazy, but the new Mario RPG is better than the old one just because of the fact that it's more polished and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, the original Mario RPG, absolutely amazing. Like, probably one of the best RPG games in the world. But I would prefer to play the new one over the old one. Not because of the art style. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the original Mario RPG art style, amazing. However, I think that the polish is worth going to the newer one than the older one. Brothership is great. What's Brothership? I just play BTD 6. I don't even play the battles. I just play 6. I wonder if we'll ever get a 7. I do wonder. Oh, the new Mario and Luigi. That's right, that's right. I don't play Mario and Luigi games. I've never played them just because, I mean, I've never had them. So, I'm sure they are amazing. I got Thousand Year Door for the Switch, but I never actually played it because, like, whenever Thousand Year Door came out, I lost my interest in Nintendo games. Like, sorry, I shouldn't say it like that. I lost my ability to play them for like so many hours straight. You know, like maturing is realizing that playing Nintendo games for multiple hours straight is actually like absurdly difficult to do without getting like bored or like without having something like off to the side to like entertain you, just to listen to. Why Seeker is my favorite? Yours is Captain, by the way. Seeker's my favorite because of okay. My current Seeker build is not my favorite. I don't prefer the palm thrust. I only wanted to try it out since I just unlocked it. But I like Seeker with the little like mini game, like the up down left right mini game thing, like the R. I like that R where you can like, you know, boost yourself with that. I like that move so much, and it's like fun to be able to be like, hey, you know what? Let's play a small little mini game. Why don't we? And like the palm thrust is funny, but it's not that great. But it is funny, so like it's still, even with the palm thrust, it is my favorite character still. But it's just a lot of fun to be able to, and then also the fist coming from the sky, being able to heal you. Like it's just a really good character. It feels really good to play, and it's also just, I mean, you know, it's a character. A Subway Surfer's video while playing video Nintendo games. I don't like watching Subway Surfer. Like that's never. I was never one of those people that needed Subway Surfers off on the side. I just watch YouTube off on the side. Not Subway Surfers. Like it's either YouTube or I'm watching or I'm listening to music. One of the two. I don't prefer Subway Surfers. It's kind of boring in my opinion. Adventure Time is great and it's from pre-COVID. I think you underestimate how long ago pre-COVID is. Like I mean, I know BTD 6 is from pre-COVID as well. but I genuinely don't think that. I mean, I don't like pre-COVID could mean a lot of things. Hey Siri, when did Bloons Tower Defense Adventure Time release?
Had a soft launch July 14, 2018 in Australia, New
2018,
Zealand,
2 years
and the
before
United
COVID.
States. US later launched internationally. The game features characters from Cartoon Network's Adventure Time, such as Jake the Dog, Vivid Human, and Princess
Okay, we get
Pilgrim,
it.
as well as
I will also say, I'll wait until you're back in. I'll wait until you're back in from the ad. Damn, time goes fast. I know, right? It's been 7 years since Adventure Time came out. You're back? All right. So something I want to mention about Adventure Time is that I don't think it's been updated. I don't think it's updated as much as BTD6. So and it came out to 2018. Adventure Time BTD 6 or BTD Adventure Time, whatever the fuck you want to call it, came back in 2018, or it came out in 2018. And just like BTD City, like you're saying, it doesn't really emphasize the tower defense. Like, I like the tower defense part of Bloons more than anything else. So I like Bloons CD battles. I like BTD 5. I like BTD 6. I don't really like everything that goes in between. And I was also never a Adventure Time kind of guy. It lost update support in 2022 or 2023. Yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago. AKA, it's not as polished as, say, BTD 6. So, like, I just don't prefer. Yeah, I just don't prefer that kind of thing. It's just not for me. Like, I've tried BTD City, actually. Or, I think it's just called, like, Monkey City or something. But I have tried it. I just, I don't really like it that much. Like, I mean, and then also, you guys, you said was fire as me girl. Or dumbass lesbian e girl, whatever you want to go by. But, like, I feel like those are prime examples of games that you would play whenever you were younger and remember them being really good when you're older, but that's only in your memory. And now that your uh game taste has changed and stuff like that, it's not really as good of a game as you probably remember it being. That's with me. Yeah, they are men now. Exactly. You like building up your people? I mean, cool. There's better games with that though. You still think BTD 5 is peak though? Fair enough. Uh, like you can still have those old school preferences, but a lot of the time, whenever people are like, "Oh my god, that game was so good," like I enjoyed playing it so much as a kid. You have to specify as a kid because as a kid your taste was different. You didn't really care if the game was actually good. You would just play a game because it was on a screen. Like my one of my favorite childhood games was Super Mario, or not Super, Paper Mario Sticker Star. Paper Mario Sticker Star. If you know anything about the Paper Mario series, you would know that Paper Mario Sticker Star is like arguably one of the worst Paper Mario games. Like literally is people will argue it is the worst, aside from maybe Origami King or something. But like I loved it as a kid. I go back to it and I'm like, oh, this is I'm fond of the game still. But that doesn't necessarily mean I would enjoy playing through it all as much as I would. It also has something to do with like first playthroughs or something completely different. Like if it's not a first playthrough for me, it's kind of hard for me to want to play a game for very long. Like I can play it for a little while. I can give myself a challenge or something. But for the most part, like if it's not a first playthrough, I'm not gonna like be playing the game for very long. I'm not gonna be able to be addicted to the game. I'm not gonna do it, especially story-based games. That's mainly the case with story-based games, but like things with like things like Marvel Rivals, Minecraft, and stuff, where there's not really a story or anything, you can just like play it and have fun. Then those games are the kinds of games that I spend the most time playing. But like Hollow Knight, I don't think I could play through it all in one sitting like I once could whenever it was my first playthrough. Like I would like my whenever I have my first playthrough on a game, I have my first playthrough in a game in like a day or two. Like, and if it's a really long game like Elden Ring, it takes me like a week or two to beat it and have like 100 hours in it. So like And then, like, I feel like a lot of people overlook the fact that first playthroughs are so much better than any other playthrough you'll have of a game. Because you'll just never be able to get hooked like you did the first time. It's unfortunate, but from my experience, I can never get hooked onto a game like I could whenever I was first playing it. It's like this YouTube series you used to love called Gwaine Saga. Yeah, it's probably like similar to that. I feel like we can all agree that Silksong will be peak. Who knows? Like it kind of just depends. Do they do it well or did they rush it? Because like if they wound up rushing it, then that's a problem because everybody's going to be disappointed. Like I don't have high expectations. The best way to not be disappointed in a game is to not have high expectations. That's the best way to not be disappointed. Just don't keep your expectations high. Like honestly. That's actually a cool tip. Yeah, it can that can be a really good tip for people that like are easily disappointed in like new releases and stuff. Like the Switch 2. I feel like a lot of people were for some reason disappointed. And like I don't know if they were disappointed or if they were just like upset at Nintendo or something, but a lot of people complain about the Switch 2. When in reality, the Switch 2 did exactly what they said it would, or what everybody really wanted it to, which was allow for better coloring, allow for better graphics, allow for actual allow for it to actually be in the same realm as actual consoles such as Xbox and PlayStation. And the Switch 2 did exactly that. So people that are people that are expecting otherwise, expecting it to be this top tier new thing, considering its price and stuff, like it's overpriced, sure, but like something to consider is that they did what they really needed to. They didn't need to do anything more. Hydrate, sure. Also, prediction. I'm not gonna do the prediction. Want to know why? Because it's not. The stream's ending in less than 5 minutes. I can guarantee you that. And the Switch 2 does only have one exclusive as of today, but that's only because they released it early. I'm willing to bet Nintendo released it early just because of the hype that people like had for it, or something like that. Like they released it early for some sort of reason. I think it would have been better to release it whenever the Donkey Kong game released. I think that would have been a better way to release the Switch 2 is to release it with the Donkey Kong stream or Donkey Kong game. Can you use it next stream? It's 50 points. I'll do a prediction next stream if you tell me to, but it's 50 points. Just spend another. 50 points is not that much. Remember, I lowered the price of prediction. And I also made it so that it's not so limited. So, but remind me next stream and I'll do it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I can really say about the Switch 2. I mean, I feel like the overprice is like it's stupid in my like the cost. Don't get me wrong, the cost of the Switch 2 and the games on there, like $80 for a game and like $500 for a console, is crazy. Don't get me wrong. Xbox and PlayStation has been doing that for way longer. Like, I mean, Call of Duty was the first game to be like $100, right? Like, I don't get why Mario Kart World was specifically like a huge hot topic. Like, because I mean, like, I don't get it. I don't get why nobody talks about the fact that Xbox and PlayStation are already $500, which I think is like about the same price. Like they're already, I think they're all comparable prices. I don't think Nintendo Switch did anything crazy by upping their price to however much they did. And like Mario Kart being $80, I mean, you know, like $80 is $20 more than 60. You know, like it sounds like a lot more. It sounds like it's a very expensive game, and don't get me wrong, it is, and they'll probably continue that trend just because Nintendo is asking for more money. But at the same time, if you're if you're spending at least 50 hours on a game, is that extra $20 not worth it? Like if you're genuinely enjoying a game with your family, with your friends, by yourself, whatever it is, is it really not worth the extra cost? Like, money is something that we've all objectified into being like, oh, everything's so expensive, da 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 da. But money, realistically, to me, comes down to the fact that if you're complaining about something being too expensive, then don't buy it. Like, if you don't have the money for it, don't buy it. If you have the money for it, go ahead, enjoy yourself. That's what money comes down to. I don't get why people really need to complain about it. Especially since, like, most people that are buying Switches are either well off because they're a Nintendo fan, so they grew up being a fan of Nintendo, so they're used to spending a lot of money, which chances are you're also a fan of other things such as Funko or Legos and stuff. So you're already paying money, a shit ton of money for other things. So why complain about a couple of extra bucks for a game? You know what I mean? Which you buy once and you have it forever, or you have access to playing it forever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get why it's such a talk amongst people. But like, yes, the cost is crazy, but no, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like children are saving up to buy it. Like, it's parents that are paying for it. And if a married couple can't afford a console for their child, then maybe wait for a little while. Or maybe teach your child how to save up money, give them an allowance or something like that. Like, I don't or like if you don't have the money for it, like if you're a married couple and you're straight up like you don't have the money for it, right? You straight up don't have the money for it, just don't give it to your child. Like something that I don't think a lot of children have nowadays that I am really grateful for having is financial awareness. I, for a long time now, have been aware of the fact that money doesn't grow on trees. And I don't think a lot of children have that awareness of the fact that money isn't something that our parents just have infinite of. So, like, unlike a lot of kids, I'm not asking for a bunch of stuff. I don't ask my parents, can I get the newest console? Can I get the newest game? Can I get this and this? Can I get this just randomly? Like, I don't ask for a lot of my parents. They give me what they can, and I don't ask for any more. So, but I don't think a lot of kids do that, and I think a lot of parents struggle to tell their kids no. And so I feel like it's a parenting problem. I feel like it's a spoiled kid problem, Gen Alpha problem. Nowadays, probably, or in the next coming years, is going to be a Gen Beta problem. And I feel like it's just a problem that, like, it's a very minimal problem because you can't be complaining about 20 extra bucks for a Nintendo game, a one-time buy, if you're going to go to a restaurant and every time get a drink. You know what I mean? Like a drink that's not water. You can't complain about one thing and then not complain about the other. Drinks at restaurants are overpriced. Tipping is, different now than it was before. Meals in general, whenever you're going out to eat, are overpriced. What does mom stand for? Not made of money. Well, it may stand for that, but my mom's not made of it, so clearly it's not accurate. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people just are trying to make problems with Nintendo. I don't agree with the way Nintendo is doing anything at all. Like, I don't agree with the fact that they're uppricing everything. I don't agree that they're doing a lot of stuff specifically for the money, or at least it would seem. But, I mean, they have a lot of workers, so I don't disagree with the fact that they're trying to make more money to pay their workers more, if that's what they're doing, which I bet it is. Like, the more money they make, the more people they can hire, the better they can pay their hires and all that stuff. So I'm not going to complain about it whenever it's just the way the world works. If you're a business, you need more money. If you're a salesman, you try to make people give you money. That's just the way the world works. It makes no sense to complain about it. If you have the money for it, buy it. If you don't buy it. Just move on with your day. It's not that big of a deal. You don't care about pricing. You hate the fact that you wouldn't own your console if you purchase it. I don't understand how all that works. But to be fair, it is Nintendo's product. Like, and I feel like a lot of people overlook that. No matter what, if you have a game, you don't own it. On Steam, it's a thing. if you pay for the game, you don't necessarily own it. You can't just do whatever you want with a game whenever after you buy it. It's still somebody else's game. You are just essentially paying for the license to play it. How often will that affect you? Not at all, as long as you're just playing the game normally, like a normal person will. It won't affect you that much. Like, you're only buying the license to use the console if you buy it, then can break your console remotely whenever they want, which means modding is bad, which means modding is dead. Here's the thing. Nintendo doesn't support modding. They never claimed to support modding. They never even implied that they supported modding. That's not something Nintendo ever has done. It's how, like, I don't think a lot of people realize that, like, if you made something, right? If you made something out of the love of your heart and you gave it to somebody else, would you want to see them changing it? Would you want to see them trying to make it better themselves by changing everything about it? No, that's not how game making works. You make the game, they enjoy it. Like, you can make fan games that are free, that are non-profit. You can, and some games will allow for modding. Most games will. Nintendo's not one of those people, though. They have the confidence in their games to be able to say, hey, here's this expensive price. Here's your game. You're going to enjoy it. You won't need to mod it. Especially considering the fact that you can't really mod on a Switch. They don't, like, on a computer, it's a completely different story, but on the Switch, it doesn't support modding. There is no way to mod things on Switch. With Steam, there's modding. On anything on the computer, there's modding. But on Switch, there is nothing to support modding. And so people have gone out of their way to make it a thing without Nintendo's permission. So, like, it's still their stuff. It's still their product. It is their creation. I don't get why people are complaining about it. I don't get it. We can still have things for Pokemon. We can still have Infinite Fusion. They're not taking that down. For some reason. Probably because it's a non-profit. But, like, or something like that. I don't fucking know. Maybe because everything's, kind of their own stuff. Like, I think the sprites are fan-made. Like, they don't use Nintendo sprites or anything. They make their own sprites and all that stuff. But, like, I feel like a lot of people forget what the whole business world is. If it's free with no ads, it's fine, yeah. AKA non-profit. But, like, modding is different because modding typically is free and stuff. But you're modifying not just the game that they created, but but like with the Switch specifically, you're modifying the console. You're not just modifying the game, you're modifying the console. Which at that point, like, you're just changing everything that Nintendo created, therefore I don't judge them for not allowing it. And also it's not a new thing that if you buy a game you don't own it. That's not a new thing. You can't, like, you don't own any game you buy. Risk of Rain, for example, if they wanted to take down the game, they could. I wouldn't have access to it anymore. If they wanted to take down the game and make nobody play it, they could. I don't own the game. I can play the game. You know what I mean? Like, it has never been a thing that you own a game whenever you buy it. That's never been a thing. I can guarantee you that right now. That's never been a thing. Game, sure, but devices is a different story. You're telling me Xbox and PlayStation really want you modifying their consoles? You're telling me that they support modifying? They're probably just too lazy to deal with it. That's why GOG exists? I don't know what the fuck GOG is. But, like, you really think companies want this stuff? They may be too lazy to deal with it, or they may not think that it's a good idea to deal with it because of, the way that it'll make them look. It'll be punishing people that don't really need to be punished and stuff. But Nintendo doesn't fucking care because they're a Japanese company. They're fine with doing that because it will, it will support that it's their stuff. They claim ownership over it. They do not want people changing what they already made. Gives them free promotion? Hey. Tell me that an emulator of a Nintendo Switch that is completely free to download online, that already has all the games on the Switch, right? That completely free, playing on a Switch, playing a game completely for free. Are you telling me that's something that Nintendo should allow? No! Fuck no, that's not something Nintendo should allow, and yet it's out there. You may think that Nintendo's not being fair, but nor is the internet. There are emulators out there. There are people that skip buying the games. There are people that are advertising just not getting the product. There are people out there like that. They're fighting fire with fire. If you're going to make an emulator about a game and then not make people pay for the console or the game itself, then they might as well go ahead and get rid of the opportunity to mod. And then there's also cheating. There's bug fixes there, or they're not bug fixes, but there's constant problems with that. They fine tune their games so that they work well. And if somebody comes around modding them to change them, making them think that like the game is quote unquote better, that's not good for marketing. If you mod a game and be like, hey guys, play this game but with this mod because it's better this way, that's not good advertising for Nintendo. That's actually ruining their reputation. Minecraft is boring to fucking you. They also support modding. They literally have a modding section. If a company supports modding, sure. Go ahead. They enjoy it. They're fine with it. They probably make their own mods sometimes. But Nintendo doesn't do that. Therefore, you shouldn't force it upon them. Am I the dumb one for thinking this way? I don't think so. By the way, I just finished my water for you, Algon. Thanks for making me drink. I needed that. I was yapping a little too long. Speaking of yapping for too long, I think I should probably end stream before I don't know, start some sort of argument that I don't want to start. Let's get into this. The not playing. I don't understand some people. I don't understand you guys. Like, I know I'm in a minority with the way that I think, but it's just the way that I think. Like, I'm not saying other people have to agree with me. I'm just saying it's the way I am. It's the way I see things. But yeah, if you did enjoy, please do. Come back. Oh, excuse me. Come back for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. That was the brain rot screaming match that happens at least once every stream. True. Honestly fair. But yeah, bye everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here.